place, wherever. Yeah.
To ask you, before you continue, Rosa, can we record? Is it okay if we record the session?
Yeah, no problem.
For
Sure.
reporting reasons could be useful.
Sure, yes.
Continue, sorry.
Yeah, and I felt like that, and actually, I had actually many more tools, and I found it really useful. Everything I've been learning was, I had the opportunity also to put in practice. I was around in Spain. I'm just back in Italy since 1 week, but so I was not back in my comfort zone. I had the opportunity to use wherever I've been learning. Soon as I was out of La Bolina, I was in a challenge where I had to put in practice what I've been learning, and it was a good opportunity.
And how are you?
Actually, I've got a cold, a very bad cold and cough, but it's not COVID. And everyone is laughing at me because it's like you're the only one in the world that got a cold and it's not a COVID. But it's not. Anyway, I'm fine. I was very happy to find in Sevilla quite a lot of opportunity, and um, uh, there is a place where is a sort of let's say co-working, but it's a social place where there are many different activities going on, and so it's a quite complex system, and it was actually a great place to exercise what I've learned, and I found people that also is, trying to act in a way, to be together, to get organized beyond limits, misunderstanding, and complexity, and blah blah. So being together uh, in a good way to organize things. They organize many different things, like they launch books, or they organize I don't know, music nights, or a dinner, natural food. I'm collaborating with a guy for making fermented food, this kind of healthy fermented food, uh, kefir, stuff like that, which
Yeah, yeah.
I was into it in Italy, and I found this guy, and we are collaborating and organizing some dinners to spread this healthy food. Yeah, many things going on. And also I'm working with uh, um, a garden for the neighborhood garden, community garden, with permaculture and other stuff. So I hope to go back on January, because I was really happy to find this people and these opportunities, because they also, are struggling for finding a good way to organize and go beyond troubles and blah blah.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Instead of you pointing out, Rosa, I'm going to invite Rehole, because I know if you have to leave, maybe you can share a little bit about.
Sure.
Okay, after Rosa, maybe you can go.
Yeah, sure, sure. All right, thank you very much for doing this. Well, even though things seem very clear after I left the training, things are also more challenging, because one of my goals was to collaborate more, which I am in the process of doing. but also to grow the team, because at the moment it's just me. I have loads of ideas, and what happens, I write an idea, and then when it comes to the point of materializing that idea, there's no one to help me kind of develop it. And I find myself doing a lot, and obviously it's not enough to start spreading the word, or to do the marketing, or to talk to more people. And it's a bit disheartening at times. And for me as well is putting more systems in place, which unfortunately I haven't done, not effectively. I've started with some templates, with some ideas here and there, but when it comes to like going back to something that I can read and helps me, kind of keeps me on track of things and organized, no, I gotta be honest, no, it's a challenge for me still. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would say at this stage. Yeah. You'll have to ask me questions.
Then I have a question, because you're going to leave early, so I think I can. Rejole, the other day I was sitting with Ernesto about a potential course.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how is that going? And
yes,
do you want to tell us?
Early days, we have a few ideas, actually. We have a few ideas penned down, but it has to be solid enough for us to start talking to people, or at least for me to talk to the people in the UK. Yeah, and start. Yeah, but it is something that I would like to do. I can very share that it's going to be like a kind of a rites of passage of within the African tradition to help children of African descent that have been born out of the continent to learn more about the culture, because children, when they become teenagers, especially when they are displaced or they're in a different environment, they create their own rites of passage. And for some children, it could be start smoking. For others, it could be something healthy, listening to music. For others, dance. For others, football. For others, they might turn into violence. So we want to create like a space where they can kind of mature, or show examples of how to show maturity without putting yourself in danger, or trying to prove things to other people, which I feel can be dangerous. Yeah. More questions? I'm not a talker.
Do you have an idea? I mean, it sounds amazing. Do you have an idea where it would be held? Like, would you do it here in Spain, or? Yeah,
we want to do it in Spain, actually, near you guys. Yeah, in the El Valle de la Alegría. That's what we like to do. Yeah. I think it's a perfect place, near the mountains, in the mountains. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, maybe something that we were going to talk about later is if we wanted to create groups in between members of this wider group to support each other to take our ideas further. So I think Maria will describe this process later, but just so you know, if you have to leave earlier than when we speak about that might be something that could be supportive for you, kind of taking this idea further in a more concrete way, to have a support like buddy group that continue to kind of develop the idea to keep you on track. I see, Esther, you've asked if you could go next so that you can speak while you're not driving.
Okay, do you hear me well? Sorry, I stopped the light of the car. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Super. Yeah, sorry, because I have to drive back home, so I just stopped to to talk. Then I'm gonna keep on the call, okay? But I just won't be able to look at the camera while driving. So When I left the course, the feeling was a lot of self-awareness and awareness in general of my project, awareness of the people that was participating in the project, and it was amazing. Again, I know I said it like 100 times, but again, thank you all for for sharing and for everything that we shared together, because it's been super helpful. So yeah, that's how I felt when left the course. A lot of awareness in general, not only self-awareness, but awareness of the situation, of the place, of the people that surrounded me. And yeah, it's been an amazing time since then. Today I'm feeling great. Actually, it's my birthday.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hello, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm feeling great. I've been working, but I'm all on my way home now. So we're gonna have estoy en una llamada, papi, ¿sí? Entonces, pero, so I'm with my dad. This is my dad. Y hola la cámara, papi. Aquí. This is my
Hola,
dad, and this is my
encantada.
mom. Hola, mami, saluda. Partners in crime of the project. Hello. We're gonna head home now in a few minutes. So yeah, I'm feeling great today. It's my birthday, and it's been a very special day since this morning and since a few weeks ago. So great. Regarding the project, muñeca que estoy yendo todo. Regarding the project, it's been super interesting. As you know, I made some journals for each member of my family, learning journals, and I gave it to them that Sunday, the Sunday after the course. And since then, we have been holding family meetings every Sunday, which has been really helpful and really amazing in terms of communicating our dreams, our ways of believing in things, the way we saw the project, and the way we see it now after knowing each other's dreams and personal projects. So it's been super helpful. We also held a course of syntropic agriculture, which was amazing. At the beginning, we thought we won't be able to have enough people, and at the end, we have more than what we expected. So it was really amazing, and we learned tons and tons with these amazing teachers that came from Galicia. We had people from all around the world, not only from Spain. We had people coming from Switzerland as well, then many different countries, many different towns in Spain. So it was really, really great. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. At the moment, that will be the last course we held in our finca in Arami, but we designated a colleague from the project to become the new teacher of syntropic agriculture. So we've been helping him with marketing and with spreading the voice for him to make a new course. So he made another course in our finca few days ago, actually, last weekend, yeah. And ciao, frijole. And yeah, it's been great. So now we are helping to giving power to empower other people as well. The idea is to hold new courses of different regenerative agricultures for next year. So very looking forward.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. This is the thing. I was thinking that we were going to do like a little check-in, and then we will introduce our ideas, our prototypes, what we've done. So first we hear from everyone, and then we share what we did. But actually, what I'm seeing is that we have taken another route, which is also fine.
Sorry.
No. Also, I think it's due to the thing that you are driving and that the Rejole had to leave. So does anyone want to ask a question or make a comment, or because this was also the idea, no, that we share and then we can ask each other questions about what was challenging, why did you did that, anything that you are curious about.
I would like to ask, how do you get in touch with the international people? Like, did you put the program on a platform or something that people got to know, or is it a network you're already in, or how did you create it that it's available for internationals?
Yeah, so basically what we did is we share it on Instagram mainly, and we also share it on specific Telegram and WhatsApp groups of people that are interested into permaculture, regenerative agriculture. So yeah, we shared the flyer actually there. So they were spreading the voice, and that's how we got to the international people, mostly from the Telegram chats. So in Telegram, you can choose different topics, and you can get into some private groups or public groups. And then if it's something related to the topic, you get a lot of interest.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm also curious to know. So how, because I remember having a lot of conversations with you, but I was wondering if the rest of the people would, what were the challenges that you were trying to address with the action that you took, and could you describe a little bit more about how did you bought notebooks, and what else? How did you bring it to the group? Yeah, how did you do it? Describe the scene.
Okay, so basically we have a WhatsApp group called Arami, which is our finca, and there's my mom, my dad, my nephew, my husband, so the whole family. And so I sent them a message while I was in La Bolina saying we need to make a meeting, like it's an urgent meeting, an extra official meeting we need to do. And they agreed to make it on Sunday. So while I was on the bus, I started making some titles in the notebooks. I make some pictures, and I make the whole system of how, like how we learn, right? And how will be the best way to learn. So to try something, then to analyze what happened, why it happened, to take note on that, to take some numbers out of that. And so when we started the meeting, I told them about what I learned in La Bolina and why it was important for me to make that meeting. And actually, I applied a lot of tools that you taught us in La Bolina. We started the meeting saying thank you to each of us for something that we wanted to thank to each of us. Then we start drawing and picturing and painting a picture of what was our dream of Arami. And yeah, we discovered some very good artists between the family. And yeah, some of them like many colors, other people mostly words, and you know, it was really interesting. After that, before I gave them the books, we did the chairs game. You remember the super difficult game that we never managed to win? That one. So I did it with my parents, and it was really funny. We laughed a lot, and that's how I explained it to them, the importance of having a strategy, and the importance of organizing that strategy all together. Yeah. And yeah, since then, we've been able to be much more communicative, and we've been able to organize things, giving the place and the space for everyone. So now this is a more, how to say, yeah, a more inclusive project. It includes everyone. Yeah. We also made this chart that we used to have in La Bolina of work in progress, like the idea or the project, then work in progress, and then done. And we've been updating our posits every week. So every Sunday we will review
where we are, at what point, and yeah, updating the posits at the chart. And it's been very interesting too, because we've been able to manage like all the projects, taking in account that we all have maybe our main focus in certain projects. So we gave priority to those projects where we all have interest.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. So now I'm gonna drive, okay? If there's no more questions, I'm gonna start driving. I will keep listening to you, okay? But I will look at you.
So, Chris, Olivier, Jose, well, Rosa, we will have to come back a little bit more with you, eh?
Okay.
But who wants to share?
Yeah, I can share. First of all, when I came back, as everybody else also said, like this awareness about yourself, because we made all self-awareness practices and faced ourselves so much, especially when went to the mountain, gave such a sensitive awareness of the own being. And yeah, this really pushed me, and the trust in the projects pushed me really to work on it. Even if I would not say that the knowledge, the pure knowledge which we got, I used so much in the content, is more like that I had so much power to just create, to work on the things, to build new projects, to start new things, which was really, really amazing. Yeah, and about the project, I did a team meeting after the coming home, and it was so amazing because we played the village, and I played it with like my team, who are all dancers, and it was so amazing to see how different this game was embraced by the whole group and by all the individuals. Like, for me, it was like just a new world to explore, and yeah, even understanding that it's such a different team, and finding the ways how to yeah, create a team, because there was somehow a big goal I was putting on my list to create a team. And yeah, I think we are on the process, and yeah, it's going going good so far. We did 2 community events. We went to a camp to teach classes there. We started new classes. It's going actually quite good. Yeah, but still looking forward to apply more of the raw knowledge into the work we are doing. And still it's like not easy to push the engagement of all of the team. Like one half of the team is really engaged and the other half of the team is not so engaged. And yeah, finding a balance and creating the trust in the team and the interest that everybody is into it to discuss as a team, and giving everybody the feeling of belonging to a project is still in process. Yeah, so far so good. And I'm feeling quite good. I was had a really challenging time the last month, but I changed my flat, and now I live together with Neba, and now we have a really good chemistry and good energy. This is amazing.
We miss your smile.
Thank you. I will give it you to the screen today. I feel like maybe one more thing. I realized how difficult it is to organize different projects at the same time. Like when you're totally self-organized in your life and you don't have somebody who says what to do, you need to organize yourself 100% by yourself, and then organizing 4 or 5 projects at the same time makes me sometimes like, okay, where to start with my work, like how to organize it in a way that you're not getting lost in the things. And this would be actually quite interesting, learning tools, how to create. Yeah, it's another topic, but it's quite interesting to how to organize yourself more effectively to get the little to-dos done to achieve the big things.
Yeah, I relate quite a lot with that one, so I could have another another call on that. Also, also when you are doing either quite complex projects or involved in different projects, because there is this just to spread yourself across organizations, for example, or projects, could create you lose energy in the changing in between. No, sometimes I was wondering, how is it possible that I think I work less, that I have less work than in the Red Cross, but in the Red Cross I was less stressed. And I think it has to do with this thing of like self-organizing, but also changing. When you change projects, then there is it's like meeting a whole new girlfriend. So you need a lot of energy to put to each project, and that's kind of like complicated. A lot of energy goes into that. I don't know if I made myself if I explain myself, but
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, it's just adding to what you said, Maria. Yeah, it's really about the tension of the new and the tension of getting to know and, you know, acclimating. I don't know if that works in Spanish, in English, but it's the stress of that also.
Which one?
The aclimatarse, acclimating.
Ah, sí, aclimatarse.
Acclimatize.
Acclimatize, yes, like to
Acclimatize,
the new
yeah.
thing. Warming up in a way, like there is always a tension in the new, and you know, just also creating the narrative about the new. It takes a lot of stress.
Mm. Chris, I have a question. So, I want, if you could explain us a little bit, what was the context in which you decided to do the village? How did you decide that the village was the tool to try out? And then once you played it, what did you learn from doing it? Or, for example, yeah, I don't know. I should have warmed up people, or thanks to all the participants being dancers, they took it really well. And then the feedback, I asked these questions and we managed to get these kinds of reflections. So that was very good for the purpose of the objective of the game. So there are various questions. One, how did you decide that the village was the right tool to use? And give a little bit of context. And then what have you learned about doing it by yourself? In that case.
No, grazie.
Yeah, I realized that the village, when we were playing it, it's such a amazing game to understand that you are not alone in a context. That you are active part of the things going on around you, but still there are so many other people in the social field or in the group, and that the group itself creates something. And the more we are listening to what is around us, or how are the other people, and the more I'm listening also to my needs, the more I can create a really healthy social field. Like, I had the feeling, especially when we played it the more times, how much the awareness of all the people of us was going higher, and then we created so more interesting structures. And this lead me to the understanding, like, that it's such a great game to understand how important is a team, like how amazing can be a team, how much power lays into a team when we understand that we can create structures together which are not possible alone. And yeah, why I wanted to create a team, because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to build a community as a person who's alone. Like, this makes for me a paradox to be a person who's alone and creating a community. I think needs to be a team who's creating a community, because a community is a group, and the team should create a community, not a single person. Otherwise, everybody is just related to a single person. I think it needs to be interconnected, as like the game is. So yeah, I just realized it's an amazing game to understand how related we are in a team and how powerful a team can be. And then we played it, and because the team itself, some don't know each other so good, and it's different people on each other, and yeah, it was like really really not uncomfortable, but really like looking what is happening, and even like people start looking on the time sometimes, but then slowly some things evolved, and people got used to it, what is happening. And I mean, this game is a micro version of what is happening in a macro version in a whole team in a process of a year, or in a month if you meet every day. So you can explain how to build a team in 10 minutes playing what we have to do in a macro level in 1 year. Or
yeah.
So what I did after is just asking like bringing the awareness of the people, like asking, okay, what happened, what did you found interesting, how did you feel, like the same question I think you asked us in the first round. And yeah, to just like let the team talk, let let's talk about how it feels when somebody stands next to you, or yeah, or oh, this was nice, we created something together, like creating this awareness from by yourself, not like giving something to somebody, like understanding it by yourself. And yeah, like understanding that we're a team. And then in the end, I just were sharing about like that a group or team or organization is a living system, which works more nice when we get to know each other better and understand each other better. And as the process was shown, like how it changed from the minute 1 to minute 8, it was completely different. That's why I'm really convinced of this game. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Yeah, I think that's it.
And what would you do differently if you were to do it again?
I would not do it differently. I like actually the fact to do it like really just doing it, like not talking too much, not trying not to explain too much. I think it was really good how it went.
Yeah.
I would like to play it again with the group, actually, like having another meeting and playing it again and then talk again and then see, okay, because now the people know the game and that this already changed so much, right? And yeah, I would like to play it again with the group.
So if any of, I'm asking questions because I'm obviously curious about hearing you all, but you can also ask questions to each other if you want to see, to know a little bit more about something of the ways in which each other have put the learning in practice. Maybe someone is thinking about using the village and wants to ask Chris, yeah, but then exactly which other questions did you ask? Or I don't know, whatever it is that we want to, or maybe more of the context, just to give you a little bit of freedom, to ask each other questions. Vale, pues who wants to share? Olivier, you're muted.
On the game?
No, on how are you?
Fine.
And yes, great, thank you. And then what did you, we are sharing a little bit about what did we put into practice? Do you remember the last day we were
okay,
making some plans on?
Okay.
Okay.
So I was making a lot of plans, and I'm arriving here, you know, very, 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 very charged. And the Monday, my trip was horrible because I had a huge problems in the airport. They don't want to keep me on the aircraft, etc., etc. I don't know if you remember that. So I finally arrived in Torino, and the Monday I have to teach, you know, with I'm here and you are there as students now. So I immediately practicing directly unusual way to teach. So it was very, very, very helpful, all the things that we did, and especially because it's not possible to do anything. It's a school, so I cannot invent too much things. I mean, otherwise I will get problems. But I'm working a lot more with the questions with the young people, and this was one thing. And then I was starting for my project, you know, in Bretagne, etc., etc. And I received a call with the big news that I'm grandfather.
Wow.
So instead of changing the things are changing me, you know. So So I tried to manage this, and it was very, very difficult, and for many reasons that I will not explain here. It's a little bit complicated. Well, for the project in Bretagne, it takes a lot of delay because I don't have I did not have the disponibility of time. I mean, with the little baby and those stuffs, so we take a lot of delay, but we restart. Now we will have the disponibility of a part of the money, not all. And we also make a lot of meeting, online meeting, because we are not able to, for the moment, to see by person, directly on personally. So we have to work online, and it's a little bit complicated. And we are exploring a lot how to manage the problem of the property. This is not a very simple. This is not a simple problem. It's a very, very complicated problem, and on this project, the things are going, and we finally decide to make a real meeting, so that I have to go in France for New Year. So we will finally meet us all with the others, but now with the COVID, we don't know if it will be possible. So we will see. But I have my ticket. Anyway, I have my ticket, and everybody has his ticket. So finally, we will maybe starting something there. For the changements, I would say that the most important thing that I acting at the moment. This is into the organization when I have my garden, and I principally practicing what the may create has a little change that will provocate other change, and for me, it's something very, very new, because as you know, I like to talk, I like to be lead, etc., and I never experiment to be behind and not in front. So for me, it's a very, very important step. I mean, but the problems are very, 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 very huge. Big. There's 4 years that there's no any meetings in this association. So 4 years without meeting. It's amazing. So we have such of I don't know, one person is doing everything, and so little by little in the little group when I'm working with the animals, I'm working to change a little bit, and from those little change, it's communicating to other little groups, and well, this is the experimentation of the strategy. So I'm discovering this part of the things that we learn all together, and it's amazing to finally have tools and way to recognize what's happened. That's very, very interesting. Before I did this formation, I saw things, but I could not understanding really what and when and why, and I think that all the exercise that we did, all the things that we did, give me the ability and the capability to recognize the little changement, for example. Yeah, that's all. I would say this is the principal thing for me. I don't know if I was clear.
Yeah, super clear. Thank you.
I find it amazing, Olivier, that it's like so much of what you spoke of is very kind of subtle internal shiftings, you know, that when you start putting it in practice can have quite big implications on how the widest sort of movements in life happen. I was just wondering if you could talk about if you have like an example where of a moment where you were noticing more Ma, or a moment when you were putting in practice some of these small shifts, and then how you could see what it was that you could see happening. If you could talk us through a particular scene to kind of bring it.
Right. Okay. It happens in our group of. Do you hear me? Yes. Okay. It happens in the group in which I'm working. That we are how can I say that? We have animals, okay, and one animal died, and it was the animal that because this animal, a little chicken, broke its leg. Then we make all the operation to make the leg better again. So he survived, and then for 1 month he grew, and at the end we had another illness problems, and then he died. Okay, so this is a big, huge problem. At that moment in the group start a sort of, how can I say it, debate with angriness. I mean, the peoples of the other participants of the group were angry for different reasons, different stuff like this. And in that moment, when we have, I discovered that in that particular moment when somebody is crying, somebody have frustration, somebody have a lot of angry to also myself. There's the moment where the ma is more helpful. So when the energy is too much, I mean, so for example, when somebody is writing a message on WhatsApp, depend on the kind of message, but I finally understanding that I don't have to respond immediately, and it's very important to take the time to also for the other, that when there is some frustration coming on a chat or on something like this, to not immediately trying to solve or something like this, because as we also learn, the emotion, so this psychophysical reaction is bringing us in direction very, how could I say that, hazardous. You never know how the other will live and feel your response. So I try to, and I learn to be a lot more quiet, and let the other persons also, and understanding that somebody can, it's nothing, let him do. And because it's very important that he how can I say that he let go this too much energy. I cannot say it in another way. I don't know if I'm enough clear. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, great, thank you.
Yeah, I can really relate to what you say, Olivier. Like trying to find the ma more often in situations, and just give more time to see what really evolves, and not just going for it. Even I think it gives the other person also, it's not just something you doing for yourself, also the person on the other side will feel a specific energy from you, and maybe also changes this energy. I don't know, if you're in a fight and then, or you're talking with somebody's sharing his story, and then you just leave more time to answer, gives already the person a specific kind of calmness, especially when you're talking about topics, like you said, which are really connected to fear or anger or sadness or whatever, which is in the context I'm working quite often the case.
Thanks.
I'm curious about Olivier. How is it that you tell me how do you start listening more? So like actually it's like, do you make yourself a reminder in your head? Oh, shut up now. No, breathe. Or I'm gonna do 3 breaths before I answer any WhatsApp email. Can you tell us your trick, how you have developed little by little that skill?
Wow. I don't know. At the beginning, I observed the other that in the discussion, because somebody have that how can I say that? Somebody, okay, have that attitude, if I can say like this, more natural that I have. So when it begin the problem, I says, okay, you know that you have to change something, but I was not sure to how to do. So I begin to observe, and I noticing that somebody was practicing the ma. And that in a certain way it was working better. So I decide to do, okay, try to do that also. And also there is another thing that helped me a lot. When you are in a group and there are discussions and stuff like this, you always have some allies, no? Somebody that's like the way in which you are leading the things and stuff like this. And often those persons says, quiet, be quiet. And normally I never listened to that before, but now I'm listening quite more, because who is able to listen make you understanding what you have to listen. In such, no, I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah. Thank you.
Had this this line come to my mind that Arowana Hayashi says often, which is listening to the whole. So like aware of the whole system, what's going on in the. Can you hear me okay? I see your faces like leaning towards more or less. A ver. I'll put it in the chat if you can't hear me. Oh, you can hear me well enough.
Yes.
But anyway,
I can hear you.
yeah, okay. It's just the sense that Arowana Hayashi, who's the founder of Social Presencing Theatre, where the Ma and the village and many of these principles come from, that she often says, how can we become more aware of the whole? So she talks about ecosystem awareness. And I think some of what you've been saying, Olivier, has reminded me of the sense of when we're able to listen to the quieter voices, or when we're able to kind of to turn off the chatter in our own minds, we're more able to be attentive and attune ourselves into what else is going on in the social field around us. So I sense that that's what you're doing. That's what you're exploring with. It's just this line of, I had Arowana Hayashi's voice saying, yeah, becoming aware of the whole.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is the awareness of the situation, of the whole situation, not my situation, the whole situation. And I know, I don't know if you remember the click that he did, the things about the strategy. It was a sort of the soil in which the things can happen. And before arriving into La Bolina, I was not so open on this aspect of the problematics that we can have into your groups. And well, for this, I thank you all for that new things that I discover.
Can I add something to the Tao Te Ching? I also got back to this Tao Te Ching, and I was reading a little bit about it. And then I heard a podcast about how we can use the Ching to be a better leader. And yeah, I think this idea of just doing something but not having this image of it is so amazing. And I always feel it when I'm teaching, and I really feel that I'm just teaching, or I'm just sharing, or I'm just talking with somebody without any intention behind on a higher note. Has such an amazing impact. At the same time, I think it's so difficult to be in this state, I would say, because in my context here, I always try to share or push the personal development of the youth, but in the moment when I think about what I will say to push their personal development, I have the feeling that it's not reaching, because I'm acting regarding a straight idea I have, and it's not coming naturally in a non-doing presence. You know, maybe what I mean? And I think people can really realize it. Like people, we can feel if somebody makes it pure, or he's acting regarding some ideas he has.
Yeah, it does. It reminds me to another kind of quality of leading that I have been, that kind of like resembles a bit in a much more concrete way and simple way, really, because the Tao is such a, vast field to explore. But there is a concept of the detached involvement. So having a way in which, so it has been spoken as a characteristic of leaders that are working in that are completing complex systems, and in order to evolve and thrive in complex systems, one characteristic is that one of detached involvement. Detached means detachment, no? Like not being attached to something, not grasped to an objective, not grasped to a particular outcome, not grasped to a particular way or intention, and then involvement, but yet, although being detached, continue to be involved, to be engaged, to participate, to take lead, to have a say, to, so this kind of like two paradoxical words together is one of the qualities that that resonate with me when you were talking, Chris.
Do you have information about it a little bit more, maybe? Like you
Yeah.
don't need to share, but if you have maybe a source which is close to you, easy to give me, it would be so amazing.
Yeah. I'll keep it in mind. And one thing I have is a book, but I'll try to see something else that is shareable, easier.
I would ask another question, but actually, I think Jose, you should go first and share your story before we ask for more questions.
You're muted, Jose.
No, it's good. If you want to ask about more questions, just go, and I will share my question after that. My story.
Okay, thank you, man. So when we talk about not being detached engagement, what is the leading power? Like what makes us engaged in a healthy way? What is behind it? Because I think there must be a foundation of knowledge, or there must be something which enables me to engage without detachment. But what are we talking about which gives us this engagement? Like what enables this engagement? This would be my question. Not too many people at all.
Are you doing a long pause, Maria, or is your sound not working? Maria? A ver, no.
Yeah, my sound is not working.
Now we hear you.
Now you're better.
Oh my God!
Now your wisdom.
How could I buy the most shittier computer ever? So there is two things I want to answer to that, or I want to contribute to the conversation. One is that, yeah, if you want to keep this detached attitude, what keeps you engaged? When you have to let go a lot of your visions and your expectations. And I think the only thing that can enable that is working with ego. You have to really have a controlled ego, domestic. How do you say this? Domesticado.
Domesticate, yeah.
Domesticated.
What does this mean?
Like an ego that you have in line, that is not a super ego that gets because I'm not talking about like losing the ego, because I don't think we can lose that, but it's how can we become aware of when our ego is guiding our actions, and when a true move is happening, or something that comes from a life source or something. So one thing is working with our ego. That's fundamental. That will keep you engaged, although you're detached from your own outcomes, no? But keep engaged for the good of the whole. And this engagement for the good of the whole is what can will keep you having another take and another take and another take when things are happening. So I would compare the involvement, detached, okay, and then the involvement is more like a tango dance. So in a tango dance, a person will make a move, and then automatically you will have to make a move that meets that move, and keeps the flow of the dance, and keeps the coherence, and keeps the beauty, and keeps the conversation happening in that dance. So and in tango you can also make the kind of move you follow with will influence the next move that happens, you know. So this will be my metaphor for the kind of involvement we need to get in this way of leading. Is it clear or confusing enough?
Yeah, no, it's somehow clear. I just think that it has something to do with a lot of wisdom and knowledge to just know which step you have to do without being attached to your goals.
Yeah, exactly. And then it requires a lot of listening, no? Like I think another example would be like improv theater. If you see improv theater, you're constantly influencing, but also constantly following and constantly leading, and you know, it's kind of that way of. So the way you respond will influence what happened next. So but you don't get attached to the line that you have thought, or to the kind of like argument, or like the theme that you just follow, but lead at the same time with the next sentence you say. Yeah, that's a good metaphor.
And it's really obvious, you know, when people are doing theatre and improv, and I've been in situations, probably done this many
Ruthie,
times, where it's like, no, but I was, oh, you can't hear me.
No.
Oh yes. Well, I'll try again, and then if it cuts out, then I apologize. But I was just going to kind of take the metaphor one step further in the improv theatre. That when imagine someone who has a particular fixed idea about something that they want to say to the audience, and they offer that a movement or a line with this very clear and actors takes it a different direction, and they say, no, they're actually doing that, you know, and try to control the situation completely. And there's something in that when what happens when you have to keep letting go of what the attachment that we had to what was in our mind, or the next outcome, letting go, and keeping seeing what is, because what is in each moment is what we create in the next moment. Eh? So it's an amazing metaphor.
Thank you.
Should I go next, or do you have other things to say? Yeah. Okay. So for me, actually, so interesting to see what you're all saying. Think that for my project, it hasn't really advanced anything, because, you know, when I came right now, we're still waiting for an answer, which we're supposed to have an answer early October. and it's still like end November, we still haven't received anything. So right now it's kind of like critical time when you're just always waiting for an answer from like a collective entity and not having anyone. Not having any. So it just yeah, it's taking a long time, and we just like all like, okay, we until we don't have a no, we can't move on, and until we don't have a yes, no, it's no point just to start to keep going on discussing about project or things like this. But still, when I came back, was really highly motivated by the session, and I decided to we work on like we did like a strategy map. You know, the thing we did during all together, and I started doing the strategy map and asking other people to improve it and to add other stuff. So it's pretty cool because we have all this time where people start to really develop what they want with the project, because we all agree that we want something, but sometimes when you go into the little details, we didn't have enough information that we were all aiming to the same goal. So that was pretty cool to share that. And as well, we did like for every project, we start to ask people like involvement to know if like not the consentment or consensus or like approval like level of every project. So that was actually pretty useful to do that. And but beside that, you know, since then, since nothing I really advanced on the we don't have any answer. We still don't know where the castle is not going to be. You know, we haven't seen really each other, so we didn't really have time to apply all the meeting behavior or strategy to improve like participation or things like this. But I could actually use that in like everyday's life, you know, because that's actually every day, you know, every discussion is like a meeting. So you need to have like sometime like a map. You have to just to be careful not to take too much space, to give space to other people as well, and and all the things you can actually apply it directly in every social interaction you have with people. And that actually helped me just to think about that and just to, yeah, maybe to be better interact with other people. So it's not only on the project, but it's as well on like everything. So just thanks for that. And oh, and I wanted to say as well that I'm so happy to see your face, but I'm so sad that I can't get to hug you, because right now I just want to see you in like in real life and just hug you and just to see you like really interact, not like with a fucking Zoom discussion. You know, that is a bit like you know, it's good, but we'll have to have more. Anyway, so just really happy to see your face, you're all smiling, and I will have to be happy to just even to have discussion with all of you, really, because I miss that. Okay, so you all like you don't have any sound, so I can't hear anyone beside me. So you have.
Bueno, I will be able to hug you soon when I recover from my back.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
I know she's all
Eh?
Oh. No, because it's really disturbing just to see like like just a logo on your face, just a low camera logo. Yeah.
I know. Maybe if you pass by, you can share some computer wisdom with my computer.
Real. So anyway, does anyone has something to say?
Rosa, you are muted.
Oh, no.
Ahora
What about now?
Now you are not muted, but we cannot see you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was just saying that I'm eating a lot of pomegranate, and well, it's the season, but also because it reminds me La Bolina a lot.
Oh.
All the time I eat it, I think about La Bolina. I would also like to ask you about you, Maria and Ruth and Pablo and
Bea.
what? Yeah,
Ernesto, Mabili, Bea.
yeah. And what about the project and etc.?
Oh. Yeah, we will share, that's for sure. Yeah, we will share. Maybe just if anyone has any questions before passing. But yeah, I take that invitation.
Okay.
So Jose, give us more about how did you deal with the conversation? How do you bring that conversation about decision making? Because it's really hard to bring a group that perhaps thinks that is working in a particular way, to put it on the table and say, okay, let's be more specific or more how do you say specific? Transparent about how do we make decisions, no? And how did you bring it? How it went?
Oh, actually, the thing is that first, right now, I saw all the people of the project like one-to-one, but we haven't met together since then. But it's all only by email right now. So just an email proposing and start doing things, and just decide that I won't do more. I just drop that, and we'll see how people will react. And so just to leave them space. And actually, at first, it was a bit disappointing because I had no answers or things like this. And I was just, okay. And but actually, I just realized that, we were all like busy with our life. So we just have to wait for other one to take the time to do it. And it took some time, but people start to answer, and it worked like this. So that was actually pretty cool to see that. And as well, we had actually to make another addition to our project, because like the seller, they asked us new information, and I decided for this one to back off and just not to write anything at first. And I was actually happy to see that after a few days, we had other people that started to write beside me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to do everything, and I was living there, giving them more space as well. So yeah, and it was actually interesting. You just have to say that sometimes just accept as well that is some people that are just doing like a project I don't know, call that like a PDF on the Robert project that it won't be perfect. Maybe in some way there are few things that you would have done better, but just have to accept that, to let it go, and just to let them do it by themselves. And because actually few things I could have done better, but other things they just did like a much better job.
That's nice. So you also have been practicing a bit of man, no?
Yeah, as well. Yeah, just to say, okay, it's not because I'm more motivated that I should always do it, and just wait and just see and just leave space to people.
I have another question. Joder, I have a lot of questions. But I know that, part of, and it's linked to what you are saying, no? Like how, vale, so all of a sudden you decide that you want to like step back a little bit also to take care of yourself, because I thought that was also, I remember that being part of it, no? Like letting yourself being taken care of. And but how did you, how did you do it? Because a lot of the things like, I'm going to stop smoking. Damn it. Okay, tomorrow. Damn it. Okay, tomorrow. So how did you start doing it, really?
Actually, that wasn't that hard because as well, like there is this thing that, you get really excited by something and then having no answers from the seller, like the city hall. It just as well make me kind of delusional. So it was easier to back off a little bit. But still, it was like as well like I just decided to do other stuff for myself as well. Just I moved. I spent some time in Marseille and just decided to get back and do some tango and to just do other stuff and to go hiking and just do that and do other stuff. So I won't have to. I'm not always like okay. What's next? Thing like this.
Yeah, I see.
So yeah.
Good.
And I work a bit on La Bolina's website as well. So that took me some time as well.
Yay!
So,
Yes,
yeah.
this is this famous not doing that we are also studying in permaculture with the elements, with the vegetables, with the animals, with anything. In reality, we have to learn a lot. Okay, we can learn a lot from all those things. Yeah, agree, totally.
Mhm.
Also, it's part of the Tao. I could see something of the non-doing of the Tao. Non-doing and then, but nothing left is left undone.
Mhm. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Pues Rosa,
What?
pues we are here with Jose. Jose is helping us with some stuff regarding the finally a good tool for people to order the cestas. And yeah, so this is the way I was thinking to start sharing how we are doing. Connecting with Jose. But tell me, do you have any questions specific?
No, I mean, yeah. How are you? And how is the project? And if you have any news or what?
Vale, okay. So I'm going to start with how I am. I have a back neck since the first course that we were doing, guys, and I have been going through a lot of therapists, physiotherapists, and yesterday finally I don't know, this is not the end for sure, but someone that does acupuncture and osteopathy really hurt me. Yeah. But I think he's aligning my vertebrae, which they are a bit like turned from the tension, and he has linked it with my nervous system. So I think my body is telling me go on holidays for a little while, and how important it is to kind of like give some ma and calmness to the body as well, I guess. And that's how I am. Although I went from this course, we had another course called Radically Thinking as a Species, a very interesting course that Chris's roommate came to. Very important. I learned a lot actually about some issues that we need to all become more aware of race and and other kinds of like oppressions that people suffer, and how to become a better ally. And then after that, I went directly to facilitate the leadership course up to the north. Yeah. So there's a lot of movement in my life, but there is also quite a lot of movement.
Maria,
tell me.
Just 1 second, just to say, I think Deborah has to leave, and so I'm just wondering if we could pass to her just for a few seconds so that she can share how she. Here I am, in the very dark of the car. Just for a few seconds before you leave, Deborah, and then we can come back to you, Maria. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you. Sorry, Maria.
No, to be honest, I hate sharing. So you just
Yeah.
say by the bell.
I save you. Yeah. You're welcome. Hi, hello everyone. Yes, I'm facilitating another session in 20 minutes. So I'm now in Argentina, very, very far away. That's why it's my summer style. It's very, very hot here.
Actually, I was noticing.
Yes,
Wow.
it's today 36 degrees Celsius.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, but I'm not in Buenos Aires. I'm in countryside, and I'm facilitating in 20 minutes. And today the connection is not really good, so I'm with my phone. So I don't know why. That's why I was saving data with taking off my image. Just to give you a little sense how I am or how I've been doing since we met last time. When Maria started with the question about coming back from the training, what do we notice? I had this feeling of spending the afternoon after the training at the seaside, and I have this sunset on my memory, and driving back home, and if I could say something, it's like the power of gathering together. It's a surprise, but it's not a surprise. It's just strangers coming together for a couple of days from every part of the world and different things, and then having that powerful thing. So I can just think about that repeated once more, and that thing that it really worked to do that. And I confirm it every time. So how can we bring that to the real world every time? Every time we gather, yeah. It's Peter Block said that every time we gather, we create a model of the future that we want. So that's the importance of how we gather. So yeah, I'm taking that with me. For me also was a lot of movement around my projects, and a lot of traveling around that. Friends coming over from Argentina to see me in Spain, very nice. And yeah, and restarting MindGen, my project with youth, and expanding the project to more things. Yeah, and again confirming that of gathering, and now here gathering with my family after a year. It was really, really nice. Yeah, that's more or less the thing that I could say about that. Oliver, congratulations for the newborn. And yeah, when you were sharing, I was thinking about the thing of how the threads of life that you are bringing with your project, and down that the life is bringing into your life with this new person in your family. And congratulations, and enjoy a lot. Yes, I don't know if you have any question or something. Otherwise, I will.
I want to show you what I'm reading.
Yeah, it was going. Oh, that's great. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, a lot. Well, the first part is very tough, but
yeah.
I will do it.
Why is tough?
Can you see it?
See,
Yes.
I see it, but why is it, why are you finding it tough?
The first part is very technical, like
Technical,
it's very specific, technical,
Yeah.
and it's tough. Yes, it's not
Yeah.
like reading like a novel.
No, no.
It's quite scientific and well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not really a storytelling thing. Yeah, I
No.
know the names, complicated names. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yes, but it's a great book. I'm happy to.
Yes, yes.
to
The
that you
second
read
part
it.
is going better. I mean, it's much enjoyable. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think that the second part for me is like you can relate it to your own life a lot in the second part. The how it's written. Yeah. Thank you, Rosa. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Then I hope I hope that we can share more about that, about the book and what you're reading.
Well.
Okay. Thanks a lot. It was wonderful to see you, and yeah, happy to be in touch. And I'm here whatever you need. And yeah, I will see you soon, hopefully, when I'm back to Europe. Thank you.
All the best, Deborah. Bye bye.
Thank you, Rosa, for you. Sending you love. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah, I mean, when I said I hate sharing, I don't hate sharing. I find it difficult sharing about myself. This is the thing, not about other things. But yeah, so I'll continue a little bit with the project. We think I just posted here some workshops that we are doing these days around against gender violence. And we are going to do a Christmas market on the 19th of December with music, local products, local artisans. So yeah, so Bea and Pablo are back from Mexico. Yeah, very happy to get them back. And I don't know, I think we foresee some changes in the project. Sharaf might have find a job in Granada. So we probably would have to say goodbye to him. And yeah, and there might be another person finding another job. So there might be some changes in the project.
So you will lose the garden.
Well, this is something that we need to talk about now. This is conversations we need to have. Because there was someone coming, another migrant that was going to do an internship with Sharaf in order to perhaps later on take the land. But now Sharaf has probably, I don't know, I'm trying to call him, but yesterday went to an interview and he probably would have find a job that gives him the amount of money that he wants. Sadly, a project like ours didn't match his expectations in terms of salaries. Yeah. So this is one of the main challenges. I'm writing a piece, a booklet that we will be very happy to share with you around the 4 years of La Polina and our learnings. And there are 2 or 3 key learnings that I don't think is personal, but it's also political and structural. And one is how can we create agroecology and small production feasible, like economically viable, and more so if we are, and more so if we are working with migrants that have particular expectations in terms of salaries. And that's a tension that we haven't resolved. But we will come out of this one as we have come out of many others. So let's see what the power of the collective does.
So you need a gardener.
Yes. Desperately.
I'm in Torino.
See. Maybe we will, I don't know, maybe in the future we will have a collective conversation with people to see what can we do, you know, like to gather wisdom from people that like La Molina, or to start looking for solutions. We just, this is news from yesterday. So it's true that it's very recent. It's interesting because 3 days ago I was thinking, what a sweet moment are we having here in La Molina? What a sweet, calm moment. A moment that I have never experienced before in this project. And bam! Yeah. Yeah. So Rosa, yeah, life. That's it. Rosa, where are you? Because you shared at the beginning, and I want to know a little bit more about you. You're muted.
Here I am. Okay. You mean where I'm now?
Yes.
Now I'm in Italy. I arrived like 1 week ago. I'm going to see my old mom for her Christmas and a while, and had something to do, so I had to come back. And then in January, I hope to go back to Spain. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you.
May I ask you, Rosa?
Yeah.
So you are not teaching anymore?
No, I've been suspended because I don't have a green pass. Yeah. I mean, I don't think this is something right for me and for anyone else, because it's something that is afflicting many workers in all fields. But at the same time, I'm happy because I don't want to teach in a such school. The school now is not a nice place, and I don't want to be obliged to be that kind of teacher. I don't believe in that kind of teaching where I would be obliged to say no, this is forbidden, this you can do that, you can't sing, you can't play, you can't touch, you can't exchange, you can't you must just sit with a mask on your face, having 6 years, being 6 years old, and sitting the whole day, 8 hours at the school, sitting on your own and with a mask on your face. I'm sorry, I don't want to do it, so I'm even happy that to be suspended, because I don't want to be that teacher. I don't believe in that kind of school. There will be so many solutions, to be with the children in a different way. We could go in the garden, teach in a library which is very big, or learning, going to the museum where there is space and air, and there is no problem with the disease, with the COVID. There is no point. It is actually, I think, more problematic being 25 children in one classroom, even if they have a mask on, but still there are 25 in the classroom, and I surely cannot open the window when outside here in Torino it is snowing nearly. Yeah, last night was under zero. So I'm quite happy not to be in this kind of mechanism. It's okay for me. But generally speaking, I don't think that this Green Pass stuff is right, for anyone, because yeah, of course, I also feel lucky because I can afford not to be working every day, but not everyone has this opportunity. Yeah. I don't have a family I don't have children to, or if I leave and go to Spain, I rent my house and that's it. And the rent is paid by other people that is coming into my house. And then, I understand that not everyone can do that. But I understand that, for example, Spain refused to adopt this Green Pass because it is actually something that is against the constitution, and it goes against individual freedom, and it gets into control and blah blah. Okay, sorry, it's enough.
Well, I think it's also one of the fact that you don't have charges like a family. Do you hear me well?
Yes, I do.
I also want to give credit to the fact that you have changed your life, because you also have to be brave and to say, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. I feel like even more on this way, like being nomadic and not to be what to say, not to stuck to a comfort zone, your things, or what makes you feel more safe and sure and safe. I have to, it's tiring. It's more tiring in a way to change and find a different place and blah blah, and to get to know other people, other places, and in a way it's engaging, and sometimes it's even sometimes frustrating, sometimes hard, but at the same time, it's traveling adventure, and putting yourself in a different situation. So I think it's I feel like I'm on this way. I want to stick to this way of experimentation, nomadism. I even psychic nomadism.
That's so amazing.
Totally. And are you tracking your experience? like writing, because I mean a lot of some sharings have been about organizations, but I think you're practicing also change within yourself. How are you tracking that?
Sure. I'm not tracking, but you're right. I should write down. I should definitely write down because yeah, I should. I will.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, what I've also learned from that girl, I forgot the name. It was in one of your video you sent, a girl that was has written a book about emergent strategy, and she was talking about the politics of feeling good. So it was practicing pleasure activism. So I'm following this politics of feeling good. Pleasure activism.
That's nice.
The name was Adrienne Brown. She was in one of the video you sent.
Yeah. She's one to look at. She's one to look up.
She's what?
She's one to look up. Someone to read stuff from. She's really intelligent, feminist, and activist.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that. Got it. And also this place that I found in Sevilla is really on this kind of dimension, and yeah, I'm very happy to have found them, and it's really a place, plenty of energy, many things going on, many people that cross it, and yeah, many troubles as well, and yeah, as part of the thing. But they face every step like, you know, a challenge, yeah, to solve together, to get through it in the best way they can. So I'm learning a lot.
So Rosa, when you are back, maybe we could. What is the name of the? What is the name of the collective?
The place is called Tramayol. Tramayol. It's let's say a co-working, looks like a squat, but yeah, well, there's that style, okay? It's that style. It's a big old sort of, let's say, warehouse like. So this group of people rent it, and inside there are so many, you know, groups or people that cook, or there's a feminist group, there's someone that tailors and then sell stuff. Yeah, and then they use the place also for making social events. Yeah.
Pues maybe we could do like an Erasmus. We can go visit and you can come visit.
Yeah, sure. It would be great. Yeah. Sure. I'm sure you would like them. Yeah. Tramayol is the name it's taken from the road, which is a really narrow street called Pasaje Mayol.
Okay. Pasaje Mayol. I'll search for them.
It's a really nice place. It's a
Which city?
Sevilla. Sevilla.
Sevilla.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be really great to see you all again.
Okay, so
Olivier, Olivier, at least the two of us, we could meet. Yeah, while in Torino.
Sì, sì, in Torino non c'è problema. Quando torni mi chiami.
Dai.
muy bien. If you meet, please take a picture.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so thank you very much for this gathering. It has been really interesting just to also see how people have put things into practice and learn. I've learned from your experiments. There, and also just to catch up, you know, as people.
Yeah.
Then I have seen and I've noticed that there were other questions, no, that we could follow up. For example, Chris's question around how do we manage our own freedom when we have to organize all our time. And yeah, in times of uncertainty, for example, or how do we cultivate and listen more? I don't know. There are many things that we could perhaps talked about, themes that we could explore together. Maybe someone is gonna do another game or another activity and want feedback from the group. So what I'm saying is that let's use this space to make invitations to each other. We've made the first invitation, but you can write in the Mobilize and try to put forward another meeting, theme-based or just a gathering to catch up or whatever it is. Now it's on the group to take the lead. Yes, Oli.
Can I ask you if you have some notice from the other?
From news?
From the other of the group. I see that a lot, maybe somebody want to come, but it was not possible, or maybe other are loose, I don't know.
No, I didn't hear, I don't remember hearing anything. I imagine probably, I think Antonio couldn't make it. But I don't know more.
So who's missing? Sarah, Antonio?
Much greetings from Ayman. He's working. But I should give you all a loving hug from Ayman.
Thank you. Tell him received.
I will do it.
Yeah, so the chance are ours. We have mobilized to gather, and I hope so another invitation comes so we can see each other again.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time. Mwah.
You all.
Great to see you all.
Nice to see
Yeah.
you. Very good to
You
see
all
you.
have a beautiful December month.
Yeah, we will take a picture with Chris when we are there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adios.
Besos, besos.
Ciao.
Ciao, chicos. Ciao.
Ruth Marie.